Most people over 60 eat these foods every single week without realizing they quietly weaken their bones. You might think that taking calcium tablets or drinking milk every day is enough to protect you, but if your meals are loaded with certain processed foods, those very foods can actually pull calcium out of your bones faster than your body can replace it. After the age of 50, bone density naturally begins to decline. That's perfectly normal. Our bones remodel more slowly as we age. But what many people don't realize is that diet can make that decline dramatically faster or surprisingly slower. The quick, convenient foods we rely on, the canned soups, deli meats, soft drinks, even so-called healthy snacks often contain hidden sodium, phosphates, and sugars that quietly interfere with calcium and vitamin D. Over months and years, these small choices chip away at bone strength, making bones more brittle and recovery from minor bumps or falls much slower. But here's the encouraging part. The same plate that's been hurting your bones can also heal them. There are foods simple, affordable, and backed by research that help your body rebuild bone tissue naturally. You don't need complicated supplements or expensive programs. You just need to know which everyday foods to skip and which ones to embrace. In this video, we'll go through 2 clear lists: the 5 processed foods silently destroying your bone density, and the 5 doctor-trusted foods you should add to your plate today to strengthen and protect your bones. Some of these may surprise you, especially number 3, which many people think is good for calcium but actually does the opposite. So stay with me until the end, because once you understand how these foods work inside your body, you'll know exactly what to cut back, what to eat more of, and how to build stronger, more reliable bones that keep you moving confidently for years to come. Have you ever wondered why so many people over 60 lose bone density even when they eat what seems like a balanced diet? The answer often hides in something most of us eat every single day: processed food. These are foods that have been changed from their natural form to last longer, taste stronger, or look prettier on the shelf. And while they save time, they often cost us our bone health. Let's start with something simple but powerful: sodium. Processed foods are packed with it. From deli meats to frozen meals, that extra salt doesn't just raise blood pressure, it actually makes your kidneys excrete more calcium through urine. Over time, that steady calcium leak weakens bone structure, especially in the hips and spine, the 2 areas most prone to fractures after 60. Then there are phosphate additives. These are chemicals that give food a smooth texture or help it stay moist. You'll find them in packaged baked goods, sodas, even processed cheeses. Too much phosphate throws off your body's calcium-phosphorus balance. Your system tries to fix that by pulling calcium from your bones to keep your blood chemistry stable. It's like your skeleton is being mined slowly, quietly, without pain, until one day a simple misstep leads to a fracture. And don't forget refined sugars. They sneak into everything: cereals, sauces, even low-fat yogurt. Sugar increases inflammation throughout the body, which interrupts the natural bone rebuilding cycle. Normally, your bones break down old tissue and rebuild new tissue every few months. But with high sugar intake, that repair process gets sluggish. It's like trying to build a house on weak cement. The structure just doesn't hold. Another hidden problem is acidic load. Processed foods tend to make your body more acidic. To neutralize this acid, your body uses minerals, especially calcium, from bones. This process is called bone buffering, and it happens silently over the years. The more processed the diet, the more minerals your body borrows from your skeleton to keep balance. Scientists from Harvard and the Mayo Clinic have studied this for decades. Their findings are consistent. People who eat more whole foods, vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, and dairy have higher bone density and lower fracture risk compared to those who rely heavily on processed meals. In other words, what you eat truly shapes your bone strength from the inside out. But before you feel discouraged, remember this: the body is remarkably resilient. Bones are living tissue, they rebuild constantly. Even after 60, you can stop, and sometimes reverse bone loss with the right habits. Reducing processed food is one of the easiest first steps. Every time you swap a packaged snack for a fresh option, you're giving your bones a small gift: more minerals, better balance, stronger structure. So as we move forward, I want you to think of your grocery cart as a bone health checklist. Each item is either helping you build your foundation or slowly breaking it down. In the next part, we'll uncover the 5 specific processed foods that do the most damage. And trust me, some of them are on almost every senior's shopping list. You might be shocked by what's really hiding behind those healthy labels. Now that you understand how processed foods quietly drain calcium from your bones, let's uncover the 5 worst culprits. Some of them might be sitting in your fridge or pantry right now, hiding behind comforting flavors and clever packaging. The first one is processed meats, things like sausages, ham, and bacon. They're tasty, familiar, and often part of breakfast. But here's the problem. They're loaded with sodium and phosphate preservatives. These chemicals make the meat look pink and last longer, but they also make your body lose calcium through urine. For every bit of extra salt you eat, you're washing away valuable minerals. Your bones need to stay strong. Over time, that's like letting your skeleton slowly leak strength, one meal at a time. Nitrates in these meats can even interfere with vitamin D, the very nutrient that helps your body absorb calcium. If you enjoy meat, go for fresh cuts of chicken, turkey, or fish a few times a week instead. Your heart and your bones will both be grateful. Next, sugary soft drinks, the fizzy colas, energy drinks, and even some diet sodas. Most people don't realize that cola contains phosphoric acid, which gives it that tangy bite but binds directly to calcium in your body. That means less calcium available for your bones. Long-term soda drinkers, especially women over 60, are shown in studies to have lower bone mineral density and higher fracture risk. Even zero-sugar versions can disrupt your gut bacteria, and your gut health directly affects how well you absorb calcium and magnesium. The better alternative: sparkling water with a squeeze of lemon, lime, or even a few berries. It's refreshing, bone-safe, and supports hydration without robbing your skeleton. The third culprit might surprise you: packaged baked goods like cookies, muffins, pastries, and donuts. They're the perfect little treat with a cup of tea, but they're also a sneaky source of refined flour and trans fats. These ingredients increase inflammation in the body and make your bone-building cells work less efficiently. Over time, the balance between bone breakdown and rebuilding gets distorted, meaning you lose more bone tissue than you create. And that's how gradual, silent bone loss begins. For a better snack, try homemade oat bars, whole grain crackers, or even a small handful of almonds. You'll still enjoy that comforting crunch without the damage that processed fats and sugars bring. Number 4 on the list is instant noodles and processed soups. They seem innocent after all. They're warm, easy, and cheap. But most instant noodles contain shocking levels of sodium, often over 500 milligrams per pack. That's nearly your entire day's allowance in one sitting. Combined with MSG and preservatives, these meals trigger calcium loss through urine and disturb your body's mineral balance. Over the years, that means thinner, weaker bones. Instead, make your own quick soup using vegetables, beans, and a real broth base. It takes just a few more minutes, and your body will get minerals that actually strengthen bones instead of stealing from them. And finally, processed cheese slices, the kind that come individually wrapped and promise to be a good source of calcium. Sadly, they're not. Most of these aren't real cheese at all. They're made from milk powder, oils, salt, and emulsifiers. The sodium content is high, and the calcium in them isn't very absorbable. What's worse, the additives interfere with your body's ability to use the calcium you get from other foods. It's one of the most misleading, bone-friendly items in the supermarket. The fix is easy. Reach for real-aged cheese like cheddar or Swiss, or enjoy a serving of Greek yogurt. You'll get real calcium, protein, and probiotics, everything your bones and gut need to work together. Now, if you're thinking, but I've been eating these foods for decades, is it too late to change anything? The answer is absolutely not. Your bones are alive, they're constantly breaking down and rebuilding. That process never stops, no matter your age. So every meal you choose from now on can either hurt or help that process. When you swap a processed snack for something real, a piece of fruit, a handful of nuts, or a small portion of fresh protein, you're literally telling your body, start rebuilding. Take a second and think about your last 3 dinners. How many of those meals came from a package or can? Even cutting out just one of those items this week can make a measurable difference over time. It's small, it's doable, and your bones will feel the benefit not overnight, but gradually, consistently, and naturally. And now that you know the 5 biggest culprits that weaken your bones, let's shift to something far more encouraging, because the next part isn't about what to avoid. It's about what to embrace. We're about to explore 5 doctor-trusted foods that actively rebuild and protect your bones. They're delicious, easy to find, and you might already have some in your kitchen right now. Stay with me. One of them might even be your favorite breakfast food. If this video's opening your eyes a little, take a second to tap that like button. It really helps us reach more people who want to stay strong and independent after 60. And tell me in the comments, which of those processed foods surprised you the most? I read every comment, and your experiences often inspire our next topics. If you're new here, welcome to Senior Vital Health, where we turn complex health science into simple, everyday habits that keep your body moving and your mind clear. So hit subscribe, because in just a moment we're diving into the 5 doctor-backed foods that actually rebuild your bones. They're easy to find, affordable, and you might already have one sitting in your kitchen right now. All right, ready for the good news. Let's get into the foods that protect and strengthen your bones naturally. Now that you know the foods that quietly weaken your bones, let's turn the page and talk about the ones that do the exact opposite, the foods that make your bones stronger, denser, and more alive. Because here's the truth, even after 60, your bones are not finished. They're living tissue, constantly rebuilding themselves, and every meal you eat sends them a message either to keep crumbling or to start repairing. So let's fill your plate with the foods that whisper to your body, keep building. We begin with one of the most underrated superfood sardines, especially the kind that come with the bones still inside. They may look simple, but those tiny bones are pure calcium and phosphorus, the same materials your body uses to make new bone. A single serving of sardines gives you nearly half your daily calcium needs, and unlike pills, this calcium comes with vitamin D and omega-3 fats that help it absorb naturally. Vitamin D moves calcium into your bones, while omega-3s reduce inflammation, keeping your bone-building cells active. If you're new to sardines, start small. Mash them on whole grain toast. Add lemon juice to cut the flavor, or toss them into a salad. 2 servings a week can make a real difference. It's one of the simplest, most affordable ways to strengthen your bones without supplements. Next, let's bring in the leafy greens: kale, collards, spinach, bok choy, even good old broccoli. These greens are powerhouses of calcium, magnesium, and vitamin K2. Think of calcium as the bricks of your skeleton, and vitamin K2 as the worker who locks those bricks into place so they don't crumble. When you steam or lightly stir-fry your greens with olive oil, you make those nutrients easier for your body to use. Add a pinch of salt and a splash of lemon for taste. Small things that help older digestion and improve mineral absorption. Greens don't just strengthen bones, they help balance your body's pH, protecting you from the acid overload that processed foods create. In short, they're nature's way of bringing balance back to your body. Then there's a food that almost everyone loves: Greek yogurt. Creamy, smooth, full of protein and calcium. It's a perfect choice for bone health. But here's the part most people miss. Your bones depend heavily on your gut. When your gut is healthy, it absorbs calcium efficiently. When it's inflamed or imbalanced, much of that calcium goes to waste. Greek yogurt's live probiotics nourish your gut bacteria, improving how your intestines absorb minerals like calcium and magnesium. It's also rich in protein, and bones are about 50% protein by volume. So every spoonful supports both the mineral and structural sides of your bones. A simple habit: have a bowl of Greek yogurt each morning with a few berries and a sprinkle of seeds. That's a bone-building breakfast that also supports heart and brain health. Next, let's talk about nuts and seeds. Tiny but mighty. Almonds, sesame seeds, chia seeds, pumpkin seeds, these are mineral gold mines. They're full of magnesium, which activates vitamin D, helping your body actually use the calcium you eat. They also provide healthy fats that calm inflammation and protect bone-building cells from stress. Magnesium often gets overlooked, but research shows that older adults with higher magnesium intake have denser, stronger bones and fewer fractures. You don't need a lot, just a small handful a day is enough. Add them to oatmeal, salads, or yogurt. Even a teaspoon of sesame seeds sprinkled over rice can help. It's a quiet daily habit that keeps your skeleton flexible and strong. And finally, fortified plant-based milks like soy, almond, or oat milk enriched with calcium and vitamin D. For many people over 60, dairy becomes hard to digest, leading to bloating or discomfort. That's why fortified plant milks are a wonderful alternative. They provide the same bone-building nutrients without the digestive issues. When shopping, look for the word fortified on the label and choose unsweetened versions to avoid added sugar. Shake the carton before pouring. Minerals can settle at the bottom. These milks blend perfectly into your coffee, cereal, or smoothie, giving you a steady, gentle stream of calcium and vitamin D throughout the day. Now, here's something important to understand. It's not about eating one of these foods. It's about how they work together. Calcium is your building block. Vitamin D helps move that calcium into your bones. Magnesium and vitamin K2 make sure it stays there, forming a firm, flexible structure. When you get all of them, even in small amounts, your bones stay strong and resilient. Think of it like a construction team. Calcium is the material, vitamin D is the transporter, magnesium is the engineer, and vitamin K2 is the supervisor who makes sure everything fits properly. Miss one of them, and the project slows down. Consistency is the key. You don't need perfection. Just repeat these habits most days. Within a few weeks, many people notice subtle signs: stronger nails, fewer muscle cramps, steadier balance. Over months, your bones quietly rebuild themselves. It's slow, silent progress, but very real. Now, a quick word on what not to do. Don't rely solely on calcium pills without the right nutrients to guide it. Vitamin D, K2, magnesium. Most of that calcium won't reach your bones and can even build up in your arteries. Food-based calcium comes packaged with everything your body needs to use it properly. That's why eating is always more powerful than supplementing. So here's your gentle challenge. Tomorrow morning, choose one bone-boosting food to add to your day. Maybe it's yogurt with seeds, or a small serving of sardines, or just swapping milk in your coffee for fortified soy milk. These tiny changes stack up, and your bones feel the benefits long before you see them on a scan. Because bones may seem silent, but they're always listening. They listen to how you move, how you rest, and what you feed them. Give them the right signals, and they'll respond, becoming stronger, denser, and more reliable with every passing month. So as you finish watching this video, take a look at your kitchen. Maybe all 5 of these bone-building foods are already there, waiting for you to put them to good use. Let them be your daily medicine from nature, simple, delicious, and deeply effective. Now that you know which foods weaken your bones and which ones make them stronger, let's turn that knowledge into a simple plan. Something you can start doing today. Without stress, without strict diets, and without giving up the foods you love. Because the secret isn't about perfection, it's about gentle, steady progress. Here's where to begin. Step 1 is awareness. For the next few days, pay attention to what's on your plate. Notice how many of your meals come from a package, a can, or a box. You don't need to judge or change anything, yet just observe. Awareness always comes before improvement. You can even keep a small note on your fridge. Is this food helping my bones or hurting them? That simple question can guide your choices more powerfully than any rule book. Step 2. Start with one easy swap. Replace just one processed food each day with a whole, natural alternative. Maybe trade your morning pastry for Greek yogurt with a sprinkle of chia seeds. Or skip the instant noodles. For a quick homemade soup with vegetables and beans, small swaps done daily are far more effective than big overhauls that never last. Your bones respond to consistency, not intensity. Step 3. Add at least one bone-building food from our earlier list every day. It could be sardines on toast, a handful of almonds, or a cup of leafy greens with dinner. Try rotating them so you get a mix of calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D from different sources. Think of your plate as your pharmacy, colorful, natural, and working quietly on your behalf. Step 4. Make movement your ally. Bones don't just respond to nutrients, they also respond to pressure. Gentle weight-bearing exercises like walking, light weights, or even simple balance moves tell your bones, hey, stay strong. We're still using you. You don't need to run or sweat, just move a little. Every day, pairing movement with nutrition is what truly builds resilience. And finally, step 5. Stay patient and kind with yourself. Bone rebuilding takes time, but every step matters. You might not feel stronger tomorrow, but inside your body, those bone cells are already at work patching, thickening, and restoring. Give them the support they need, and they'll reward you in ways you can't see yet. Fewer aches, better balance, more energy, more freedom. Your journey to stronger bones isn't about restriction, it's about renewal. You're not just avoiding bad foods, you're nourishing your body's ability to repair itself, and that's something worth celebrating. So start small, start today. Your bones are listening and they're ready to rebuild. Before we wrap up, let's clear up a few myths that keep so many people confused about bone health, especially after 60, because sometimes it's not a lack of effort that holds us back. It's misinformation. Myth number 1. Dairy is the only way to strengthen your bones. That's what we were told for decades. Drink milk, get calcium, and you'll be fine. But the truth is, calcium is only one piece of the puzzle. Your bones also need magnesium, vitamin D, and vitamin K2 to actually use that calcium. Without those partners, calcium can end up in the wrong places, like your arteries, instead of your bones. The good news, you can get all the nutrients you need from a variety of foods, not just milk, leafy greens, sardines, yogurt, nuts, seeds, and fortified plant milks all play a part. So even if you're lactose intolerant, your bones can still thrive. Myth number 2. Taking calcium supplements alone will fix bone loss. Many people over 60 believe that popping a calcium tablet every day is enough, but studies show that supplements by themselves don't prevent fractures unless the rest of your diet and your lifestyle support bone rebuilding. Your body needs protein, movement, and the right vitamin balance to turn that calcium into solid structure. Supplements can help when prescribed by a doctor, but food and daily habits are where the real magic happens. Myth number 3. Processed cheese is a good calcium source. This one's sneaky. The packaging might say, rich in calcium, but processed cheese slices are mostly made of emulsifiers, oils, and salt. They contain far less usable calcium than real cheese, and the sodium actually reduces calcium absorption. If you love cheese, go for real aged varieties like cheddar, Swiss, or feta. They're delicious, satisfying, and truly bone-friendly. And one more common question I hear, can I still enjoy snacks and treats? Absolutely. The goal isn't perfection, it's balance. Having a cookie or a slice of ham once in a while won't undo your progress. What matters is what you do most of the time. As long as your regular diet is rich in real, whole foods, your bones will keep getting stronger. Remember, your bones don't demand perfection. They just need consistency, kindness, and care, the same qualities that have carried you through life this far. So, let's take a moment to bring everything together. You've just learned that certain everyday processed foods, the sausages, sodas, instant noodles, and cheese slices can slowly chip away at your bone strength without you even realizing it. But you've also discovered that the solution is beautifully simple. Your grocery bag holds the power to rebuild your bones. When you fill it with real, nourishing foods, sardines, leafy greens, Greek yogurt, nuts, and fortified plant milks, you're sending your body the message to grow stronger. Each bite tells your bones, I'm still investing in you. Strong bones aren't built overnight. They're built meal by meal, day by day, through small choices that add up over time. You don't need perfection. You just need consistency, curiosity, and a little self-kindness. Whether you start with 1 swap or 5, your body notices, and over the months ahead, you'll notice it too: steadier balance, more energy, and a quiet confidence that comes from feeling strong inside. If this video helped you, please give it a like. It tells us this content matters. And before you go, share your biggest takeaway in the comments. What change are you starting this week for your bone health? I read every comment, and your stories often inspire our next videos. Don't forget to subscribe to Senior Vital Health for more science-made simple tips to keep your body strong, your mind sharp, and your life independent for decades to come. Your bones are listening. Feed them well, move with purpose, and they'll support you faithfully for the rest of your journey.